Jessica Carter fixed her dress, which she had borrowed for the 100th time as she got out of the taxi and onto the marble driveway of the Grand Celestial Hotel in Manhattan. Her roommate had given her the dress. Her roommate is a student who is learning to design clothes. She said Jessica Carter needed to wear clothes if she wanted to fit in with the rich people. In New York, tonight, Jessica Carter was not a journalist who was having a tough time and working 3 jobs to pay back the money she owed for school. Tonight she was working for Metropolitan magazine. They sent her to cover the Tech Innovation Charity Gala. This is an event where rich people get together to donate money and feel good about themselves. The Tech Innovation Charity Gala is a big deal. The air in November was really cold. Jessica pulled her thin shawl tighter around her shoulders. She was watching limousines pull up one after another. They were dropping off women who were wearing a lot of diamonds and men who were wearing custom-tailored tuxedos. Jessica felt like she did not belong there. She stood up straight and walked through the golden doors. She tried to walk with much confidence as she could. This was her chance to show everyone that she was a journalist. She wanted to write about important things. She wanted to move beyond writing about celebrity pets and restaurant openings. Jessica wanted to write about things that really mattered. She wanted to be a journalist who wrote about topics not just celebrity, pets and restaurant openings. The ballroom inside was really something. It had big crystal lights hanging from the ceiling, and they gave off a warm glow over the tables. The tables were covered in cream-colored silk, had pretty white orchids in the middle. A group of musicians were playing music in the corner. They were playing strings, like violins. The waiters were walking around with champagne and little snacks. They were all wearing white jackets that looked very neat. Jessica took a glass of water because she wanted to make sure she was thinking clearly. She found a place to stand near a marble column where she could watch what was going on without people noticing her. The ballroom was a place, and Jessica was going to keep a close eye on everything that happened in the ballroom. She was writing things down on her phone when she felt like someone was looking at her. She looked up, saw a man standing on the other side of the room staring back at her. The man was really tall, at 6 feet, with dark hair that was turning gray around his temples and blue, eyes that seemed to be looking right into her. He had on a suit that he wore like he was used to it, like he had been to a lot of fancy parties before. The way he was standing with his jaw set like that made her think that he did not want to be there at all. The man in the suit with his hair and blue eyes seemed completely out of place, like he would rather be somewhere else, anywhere else, than at this event. Jessica knew who he was, away from all the things she had read about him. He was Trevor Ashford, the man who started Quantum Systems, a company that makes intelligence that helps doctors figure out what is wrong with people. Trevor Ashford is very rich. He has $12 billion. He is 38 years old. Trevor Ashford has never been married. People know Trevor Ashford for being very tough in business and for helping schools and students through the things he donates to. Trevor started walking toward Jessica. She felt her heart beat really fast. She was going to talk to Trevor because she needed a quote from Trevor. Trevor came to her first, which she did not expect. As Trevor got closer, Jessica saw things that she had not seen in the pictures of Trevor. There was a scar above Trevor's left eyebrow. Trevor's eyes got a little wrinkly at the corners. The way Trevor walked showed that Trevor was very confident, like Trevor owned the place and did not have to say sorry. For being the man walked up to her, said, "You look like you would rather be somewhere else." His voice was really deep. He sounded like he was laughing at her a little bit. The woman named her thought that the man's voice was a deep baritone with a hint of amusement, but she just thought he sounded funny. The man's voice was a deep baritone with a hint of amusement. Jessica was really surprised by how straightforward he was. Is it that easy to tell? Trevor? That changed everything about him. He did not look so scary anymore. He looked like someone you could actually talk to. "I am Trevor Ashford," Trevor said with a smile. Trevor Ashford seemed like a guy when he smiled like that. "I know who you are, Mr. Ashford. My name is Jessica Carter, and I work for Metropolitan magazine." She held out her hand to shake his. His handshake was really firm and warm when he took her hand. "The newspapers. Will I have to worry about what you people are going to say about me?" He let go of her hand. He did not move back from the woman. That depends on whether you give me something to write about. Jessica was really surprised by how bold she was being. She said that, and it was like she was speaking her mind for the time. The thing is, Jessica liked writing, and she wanted to write about something that really caught her attention, something about writing that would make her feel excited, like she was actually doing something with her writing. Trevor laughed. It was a laugh that made a few people standing near us turn around to see what was so funny. He said, "Let us walk with each other. I do not like these events. Trevor does not like these events unless Trevor has someone to talk to, like you." Trevor and Jessica walked through the ballroom together. Trevor would stop sometimes to say hello to people at the party. Jessica watched what was happening around her. She saw how people would move out of the way for Trevor. When he came near, the conversations would change. Women would look at Trevor with a lot of interest. They would try to hide it. Trevor did not seem to notice any of this. Maybe he was just used to it. When they got to the terrace that looked out over Central Park, Trevor held the door open for Jessica. The city was really big. It stretched out before Jessica and the people with her. It looked like a picture of lights against the dark sky at night. Jessica took a breath of the cool air. She was very happy to get out of the ballroom. The city with all its lights was a change. For Jessica. Jessica Carter was standing there. Trevor asked her what makes a good journalist like Jessica Carter want to come to a charity event that is not very exciting. Trevor leaned against the stone balustrade. He was completely focused on Jessica Carter. She asked him, "How do you know that I am talented?" "I was looking at information about you while we were out walking. I saw that you wrote an article about people who were homeless in Brooklyn and it won a prize last year. I do not understand why you are not writing articles about things like homelessness in Brooklyn. Your article about homelessness in Brooklyn was really good. It won an award, so I think you should write more articles like the one about homelessness." In Brooklyn, Jessica was really surprised that he had gone out of his way to learn more about her. "These awards are nice and all, Mr. Ashford. They do not pay my bills. I write the things that my editors tell me to write because that is what I have to do to make a living. My name is Trevor. It is really too bad. You are very good at finding the side of things that are hard to talk about." Jessica and this man talked for over an hour. The gala was completely forgotten. Jessica found herself talking to this man about things she never talks about with people she does not know. She told him about when she was a kid in a town in Ohio. She told him about her mother and how she was sick with cancer. Jessica also told him about how she wants to make a difference with the things she writes. Trevor listened to Jessica with a lot of attention. This made Jessica feel like she was the person in the world. Trevor was really listening to what Jessica was saying. He told her things that she thought he did not usually talk about, like when he lost his father when he was 16 years old and had to become a grown-up quickly. He talked about his company, how he made it from nothing. He also talked about how being successful made him feel lonely. He said that even though he was always around people, he still felt like he did not really connect with the world. He felt this way about his company and the people. "In his life, Jessica," he said, "when the evening got late, I have something I want to ask you." She lifted an eyebrow. Said, "I am listening. Marry me." Jessica laughed because she thought Trevor was joking. Then she looked at his face, and it was totally serious. "You cannot be serious," she said to Trevor. "I have never been more serious about anything in my life." He turned around to face Jessica fully. "I know this is going to sound really crazy. We just met each other. I have been to a lot of events like this one, and I have met a lot of people. And I have to say, I have never felt this kind of connection with anyone. Jessica, you are a person. You were honest with me. You see the me, not just my money. Trevor, this is really crazy. People do not just get married because they had a conversation. Marriage is a deal, and it takes a lot more than just talking to someone to make that kind of decision. People need to know each other and be sure they are making the right choice. Trevor, I just do not think that having a conversation with someone is enough reason for people to get married. People get married for some bad reasons. Like it is convenient, it looks good to other people. Some people even get married because their family wants them to. At this way, we are being honest with each other. He took her hands in his hands. I do not expect you to love me now. What I'm asking you to do is give marriage to us a chance. Let us try marriage to us for 6 months. If marriage to us does not work out, then we can just walk away from marriage to us. I promise you that you will never have to write those boring stories again. You can write about the things that are important to you, the stories that you really care about." Jessica pulled her hands away. Her mind was racing over the place. "You actually want to buy me," she said, her voice full of shock. Jessica could not believe what she was hearing. The idea that someone would want to buy her was just crazy. "You want to buy me?" Jessica repeated, trying to make sense of it all. "No." He said that with a lot of confidence. "I want to help you with your talent, and at the time, I want to try something that really matters to me. The world I live in is full of people who want something from me. You are the person I have met in years who just wanted to have a conversation with me. Talking to talent like yours is worth more to me than you can imagine. I really like that you just wanted to talk to me. That means a lot to me. I think talent like yours is very special, and I want to be a part of it." She looked into his eyes, saw that he was really struggling. He was lonely. It was something that Jessica knew all about. It did not make sense. It was crazy. It was not a thing to do. Jessica had always been the type of person who would do something crazy if it meant getting a great story. Now Jessica was thinking that this could be the best story Jessica would ever find. "If I say yes," she said slowly, "there are conditions to this. The writing thing is important to me, so I keep doing my writing. We have to tell the truth about why we are doing this thing. No pretending that this is some kind of fairy tale romance with us. I want to keep my independence. That is very important to me, my independence." Trevor's smile was brilliant. Deal. 3 weeks later, Jessica Carter became Jessica Ashford in a quiet ceremony at City Hall with only 2 witnesses present. She told herself it was a practical arrangement, a means to an end that would allow her to pursue her passion. She did not expect to fall in love. She certainly did not expect what would happen on their wedding night. When Trevor would discover a truth about her, it would change everything between them forever. The penthouse apartment looked out over Manhattan. It was like seeing a big city that was all lit up. It had windows that went from the floor to the ceiling, and you could see for a really long way. Most people only see views like that in pictures. Jessica was standing in the bedroom. She was looking at herself in the mirror. She had on a nightgown made of white silk. She had bought it weeks ago when her life was changing really fast. Her name was Mrs. Jessica Ashford now. Saying her new name still felt weird to her. It was like she was pretending to be someone. Jessica Ashford was still a name that did not feel like it was really hers. Trevor came out of the bathroom with his shirt open. You could see his chest. It was clear that he worked out a lot and took care of himself. He walked around like he owned the place. Jessica noticed he slowed down a bit when he got close to her. Trevor has a lot of money. He's good at business, but right now he seemed just as unsure as Jessica felt. Trevor and Jessica were standing there. It was a pretty weird moment for both of them, especially for Trevor. "We do not have to do anything tonight," he said softly, stopping a ways away from me. "This thing we have, it does not need us to be close like that. I want you to know that about our arrangement." Jessica turned to face Trevor. Her heart was pounding. She had been thinking about this moment for days. Jessica was thinking about Trevor. She could not help it. The truth was, she had feelings for Trevor that she did not want to have. She was trying to stay calm and not let her emotions get the best of her. Trevor was different from what she thought he would be. Trevor was nice to her. He never tried to push her to do things she did not want to do. He showed her that he was a person, not just a billionaire. Trevor volunteered at places that helped kids on weekends. He never told anyone about it. Jessica liked that about Trevor. It made her think he was a good guy. The man remembered the names of every person who worked in his building, from the CEO to the night janitor. He paid attention. When she talked, he really listened to what she had to say, asking her questions that showed he was genuinely interested in what the woman thought and what her dreams were. He was interested in the people around him. Like the CEO and the night janitor and the woman he talked to, she heard herself say, "What if I want to?" The words just came out before she could think about it. Trevor's eyes got a little bigger. "Jessica, you do not owe me anything. The deal we made was simple and straightforward. Our agreement was clear." "I know what our agreement was." She took a step closer to him. Now she was close enough to feel the warmth of his body. But maybe I want to renegotiate the agreement, she said, looking at him. The agreement was something they had discussed before. Now she was thinking about changing it. She wanted to talk about the agreement, and she wanted to do it now. He lifted his hands up slowly so she could move back. If she wanted to, and put his hands on her face, the way he touched her was really soft, like he was being very careful. Are you sure? Jessica stood up on her toes, kissed him. At first it was a little shy, like she was not really sure. When Trevor kissed her back and pulled her close, something special happened between them. The kiss got stronger. All the feelings they had been hiding for months came out. Trevor picked her up easily, took her to the big bed, laying her down on the soft sheets. These sheets were probably really expensive, more than what she used to pay for rent every month. Jessica thought about this as she looked at Trevor in the big bed they were on. Trevor and Jessica were finally doing something about the way they felt about each other. What happened next was really sweet and loving. Trevor took things slowly, being very gentle with her. This made Jessica feel emotional. She started to cry. She felt like she was opening up in ways she never had before. She was letting her guard down, which was something she had not done in a time. When Trevor and Jessica were together, she felt a pain at first, and she gasped. Trevor stopped right away, looking at her with worried eyes to make sure she was okay. Jessica felt comfortable with Trevor. He was being very careful with her. Trevor was making sure that Jessica was feeling good and that she was not hurting. He asked quietly, "Did I hurt you?" And he started to pull back a little bit. "No, just give me a moment." She took a breath and tried to relax, letting her body get used to the discomfort. Trevor and Jessica moved together slowly. Trevor whispered Jessica's name like a prayer. Jessica found out that being close to someone can be very strong and very gentle at the time. When it was over, Trevor and Jessica lay in each other's arms. They were all tangled up. Their hearts were beating fast. The lights of the city made patterns on the ceiling above Trevor and Jessica. Trevor got up to get them some water. That is when he saw it. There was a stain on the white sheets. It was really hard to see in the light, but it was definitely there. Trevor just stood there staring at the stain, trying to figure out what it meant. When he turned to look at Jessica, she was watching him with eyes. Trevor's face had changed. Jessica could not tell what he was thinking. Trevor's expression was different now. Jessica did not know what to make of it. She looked at Trevor. Then she looked at the stain on the sheets, and she knew that something was wrong. Trevor was still staring at her, his face serious. Jessica was waiting for him to say something about the stain on the white sheets. "Jessica," his voice was hoarse, "were you a virgin?" She sat up, pulled the sheet around her. The sheet made her feel a little better. She was feeling really exposed all of a sudden. "Does it really matter?" "Does it matter?" Trevor said again. He went back to the bed. He got down on his knees beside her. He took Jessica's hands in his hands. She was really surprised to see that his eyes were getting all teary. "Jessica, why did you not tell Trevor?" he asked her. She said, "I did not want you to treat me differently because of this. I did not want this to be a thing that changes everything." Then she tried to pull her hands from him, but he would not let her go. He held her hands firm. "You gave me something special, something that you can only give one time. I did not treat it like it was special." His voice started to shake. "God, Jessica, if I had known how you felt, I would have done things differently. I would have made this room look nice with lots of candles and roses. I would have made sure that every moment was just right for you, Jessica." Jessica felt her own tears starting to fall. She said to Trevor, "This was perfect. You made it perfect, Trevor, by being gentle and patient with me and making me feel safe, Trevor." He wrapped his arms around her, held her tight like she was the best thing that had ever happened to him. "I do not deserve you," he said softly into her hair. He thought about what a wonderful person she was, kind and honest and good. It amazed him that someone like her would want to be with someone like him. He felt really lucky that she had chosen to be with him. "Someone like you?" Jessica pulled back to look at Trevor. "Trevor, you are really not what I thought you would be. You are a person, and you think about others. You really want to make the world a better place. That is why I picked this. That is why I picked Trevor." Trevor kissed her forehead, her cheeks, her lips, and each kiss was like a promise that he would always be there for her. He said, "I need you to know something, Jessica. This thing we agreed on, this 6-month trial, I'm getting rid of it right now. I do not want a wife for a little while. I do not want us to just be business partners. I want a marriage with Jessica. I want to wake up to Jessica every morning and fall asleep with Jessica in my arms every night. I want to be for you and help make your dreams come true. I want to support your dreams and work together to build a life that is filled with love and happiness. Building a life with you is what I really want. I want to support your dreams every step of the way. Trevor, you do not know me well, Jessica said. She was saying this. The truth is that she felt happy when he said those things to her. Jessica felt this way because Trevor's words made her heart feel good. I know a lot about you. You spend Sundays at the animal shelter, which is really nice of you, even though cats make you sneeze. I have seen you get teary-eyed during movies, but you always try to hide it. You always think about what other people need, and you never think about what you need. You need someone to look out for you for a change. The animal shelter on Sundays, the movies, it is all so sweet. In 3 weeks, you have made me feel happy and alive, and that is something that has not happened to me in a very long time. Like 10 whole years. He gently touched her face, tracing her jawline with his thumb. I am falling in love with you, Jessica Carter Ashford. I think I might have already fallen in love with you, Jessica Carter Ashford. Tonight is different because you, Jessica Carter Ashford, trusted me with something that means a lot to you. Now I do not think I can pretend that you, Jessica Carter Ashford. I just have an arrangement, Jessica. Let the tears fall now. She said, I am scared. She felt this way because their lives are really different. What if she does not belong in his life? What if his friends and family think Jessica is someone who wants his money and trapped him? Jessica is scared that she will not be good enough for his life. What if his friends and family do not like Jessica? Jessica is worried that they will think she is with him for his money. Then they do not matter, Trevor said fiercely. The only opinion that I care about is yours, Jessica. I do not want you to have to fit into my life. What I want is for Jessica and me to build a life together. This new life will be one that reflects both Jessica and me. He stood up and pulled Jessica to her feet, then he led Jessica to the window. Look there, Jessica. This city does not feel like my city without someone to talk to. The view from my window is nice. It is nicer when I have someone to look at it with. My apartment is a place, but it feels empty when I am alone. I worked hard to get all of these things, but I did not think about what really matters. I made a lot of money. I have a lot of things, but I do not have anyone to share them with. You, Jessica, are the person I want to share everything with. You are my home, Jessica. You make me feel like I am where I belong, Jessica. She leaned back against his chest. His arms went around her waist. What about my writing? I do not want to stop writing. I really like my writing. I do not want to give up my writing. Would never ask you to do something like that. The thing is, I want to give you money to help you do some important reporting. I want you to write about the things that really matter. You know, the stories that show when something is not fair and help people who do not have a chance to speak up. You do not have to write about things that turn out important unless you want to. Your writing is very good, Jessica. You should be able to write about the things you think are important. That is what I think, Jessica. She said that quietly you would do that for me. He said to me, I would do anything for you. He did not say this in a way. What happened tonight taught him what it really means to be close to someone. Being close is not about touching each other. It is about trusting someone with everything that you trusted him with your body. You trusted him with something very special, your innocence. He promised to me, I will spend the rest of my life showing you that I am worthy of the trust you have. In me, that I am worthy of your trust, that I am worthy of the trust that you have given to me, and I will keep proving that I deserve your trust. Jessica turned around in his arms, kissed him really hard. I think I am falling in love with you too, she said, when they stopped kissing. I did not want to feel this way. I kept telling myself that this was a good idea, just a way to get what I want. The way you look at Jessica, the way you listen when Jessica talks about her dreams, the way you remember small things like how Jessica likes her coffee, it makes Jessica feel like she cannot stop herself from loving you. The way you care about Jessica and the things that matter to her, it is really sweet. Jessica feels like you are the kind of person who will always be there for her. Trevor said to stop defending himself. Let the football player fall, he will be okay. Trevor promised that he will catch the football player. Trevor will catch the football player. They made love again. It's time they knew it meant something than just feeling good. It was like their hearts were becoming one. They had found each other when it seemed like it would never happen. When the morning lights started to come up and the sky turned pink and gold, they lay there together, really tired but really happy. They had found each other the love they shared. It was what made this moment so special, their love. Jessica looked at Trevor, said, "What do we do now?" She was drawing patterns on Trevor's chest with her finger. "Now we live," he said. "We deal with things no matter what. We make our life, and it is not like someone else's life. We show that people can really love each other even if it does not make sense. Sometimes the best things happen when we do something, like taking a big chance. We write our story, and it is a good one. We prove that love can happen in ways, and that is what makes life interesting." Jessica smiled to herself, thinking about what her life was like 3 weeks. She was a journalist who was really struggling to make a name for herself. She had to cover a charity gala. That was a big deal for her. Now she was in a different place. She was lying in bed with a man who actually liked her for who she was. He did not care that she wore a dress that was not really hers to the gala. He also did not care that she did not come from a family. Jessica said, "I want to keep working." She felt like she needed to do this. She said, "I need to maintain some independence," because that was really important to her. She wanted to be able to take care of herself and make her money. Jessica liked this feeling of being independent. She wanted to keep it that way. She wanted to keep working as a journalist and be her person and the man lying next. To her, he understood that about Jessica. Trevor said, "Absolutely." He did not want to own Jessica. He wanted to be her partner, her equal, someone who helps her with the things she wants to do, and she helps him with the things he wants to do. Trevor wants Jessica to know that he is there for her, and he wants her to be there for him so they can support each other's dreams. When people ask how we fell in love so fast, I think about the time we spent together and have to say that it was really something special. People always want to know the story of how we fell in love fast. The thing is, when you meet someone and you really connect with that person like we did, it does not feel like it is happening fast all. We fell in love fast, and it was an amazing feeling. We tell them the truth. The truth is that sometimes you just know these things. You know when a connection is real? It does not matter how long you have known someone. It does not follow a schedule. We decided to try something that people do not usually do. It worked out for us. We found something with each other. He kissed the top of her head. We will have the rest of our lives to show them if we made the choice or the wrong choice. With our relationship, the sun was up over Manhattan now, and Jessica thought about how different her life was. She had gone to that party to write about people, but it ended up changing her own life in big ways. Trevor really noticed her, which was weird because most people do not even look at her. Then she saw the Trevor, not just the man with a lot of money, but a person who was really lonely and wanted someone to talk to. Jessica saw that Trevor was searching for someone to really connect with. That was something she understood. The man behind all the money was a person, and that was pretty surprising. To her, their marriage probably began as something that was set up. It turned into something really special. It was based on being honest with each other, respecting one another, and a love that was getting stronger and stronger. This love was a surprise to both of them because it was so strong. The blood on the sheets was not proof that she was innocent. It meant that they trusted each other, that they were starting fresh, and that they were brave enough to be open with each other. Marriage is a deal, and their marriage, the marriage between these two people, was becoming more and more important to them. The marriage was built on these things. It was making their marriage, this marriage, really strong. Jessica Ashford closed her eyes, let herself feel happy about being in the arms of the man who had become Jessica Ashford's whole world. There would be times ahead, and people would probably say bad things about them because their relationship started in a very unusual way. Jessica Ashford knew that she and the man would deal with all of this together. That is what made Jessica Ashford feel okay about everything. Trevor stirred beside her, pulled her closer. He said, "Morning, Mrs. Ashford," in a sleepy voice. Trevor was still really tired, so his words were quiet and slow. Mrs. Ashford was the woman he was talking to. Trevor liked being close. To Mrs. Ashford, "Morning, Mr. Ashford," she said, and for the first time the name Mr. Ashford felt right to her. The name Mr. Ashford felt like home to her. Outside the window, New York City was coming alive. The city was waking up to a day. There were millions of people in the streets, and each one of them had their own story. Inside this penthouse, there were two people who had found something special. Their story was amazing. It started with something happening. There was blood on the sheets. A rich man, a billionaire, was involved. He found out that the important thing in life is not something you can buy. The valuable thing in life is something that someone else has to give to you. They have to be very brave and trust you completely with their heart. New York City was still waking up outside. These two people were already a part of something big. Their story, the story of the two people, was one that would change their lives forever. The billionaire had learned something that he would never forget. The story of the two people was a reminder that some things in life are free, and the most valuable things in life are the things that are given freely by someone who trusts you with their whole heart. And Jessica Carter Ashford, former struggling journalist and current wife to one of the world's richest men, had given hers completely.